What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Danny, how are you doing?
Doing pretty good.
Oh, man. Alright, let me swap screens here real quick so I can get everybody loaded. Boom. Alright. Unfortunately, I only have your base PNG, not the one that moves, so I don't have the upgraded shit yet.
I mean, that's on my end.
Yeah, you
That's a
gotta.
different program.
You'll have to pass me that. I mean, we could do that right now if you want. If you want.
I don't know if I can share that one. 'Cause that one's client side.
Oh, okay, so that's actually more of like a hardware issue, or
Now that one's like it's just a completely separate program.
oh,
Uh,
okay,
yeah,
okay, so it's a completely different system. Gotcha. Why is my
yeah.
phone going off? What is that shit? The fuck? Oh, all right. Sorry about that. So, but yeah, okay. Well, I guess we'll figure something out. Yes, Sawa. There is a loaf of bread on my bed, i.e., my dog. Um, she really does look like a loaf of bread, chat. Um, so, uh, well, Danny, how are you doing today?
Today's going pretty good so far.
Anything specials going on today, tomorrow, this coming week?
Mm, Nothing in the near future aside from like regular scheduled streams.
Fair, makes sense, makes sense. Hello, Sawa, Pit, and Poodle. How y'all doing? That's fair. That's fair. Uh, any new games that you're gonna be working on? Because I saw your, what was it? Well, I think it was your Trial Tuesday with what was that called? Runic Legacy.
I played Rogue Legacy. Been out for a little bit.
Yeah, that was a fun little interesting game to see you.
Yeah.
I've also come to realize that your reaction time, uh, is might be as slow as mine.
Yeah.
Cause wow, I'm so surprised, with how well you move in D2. I was like, wow, I was not expecting you to miss as many jumps as you did.
D2 is like muscle memory. A lot of that stuff I know like the back of my hand.
That's fair. That's very fair. After playing it for God, how long now? What's Destiny on? Fucking 5 years now.
I think I'm pushing like 5,000 hours of game time.
Jesus Christ. Jesus. Oh God, that's gross. Oh, I can't wait to do raids after fair with you. Oh, it's gonna be so much fun. Oh God. Also, fuck duality dungeon. I keep seeing runs get bugged out, and I'm like, absolutely not. Um,
Allegedly, they put out a patch for the big issues.
yeah. And then I'm assuming that you've also seen the Twitter stuff about Festival of Lost this week.
Oh, yeah, how when it was released, it was broken immediately and soft locked like most players from continuing. Yeah,
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I'm glad that I did not. I'm glad that I did not play this week because they have a lot of issues that they're trying to figure out. Sawa
yeah.
gifting a sub to Pit. Thank you so much, Sawa. Much love. And that does mean that Fiora does in fact get a Trito. I know, Sawa. I know. All right, hold on. I have to wake up the potato. Hold up. Hey, hey. Oh, there's a treat. I know, babies. Sawa gave you a treat, little girl. Good girl. Yeah. I apologize, chat. Fiora was napping, and then she's probably going to go back to napping now that I woke her ass up. But there you go, Sawa. Gifted, gifted sub deserves Streeto for the loaf. So, uh, and I'll do my updates at the end of the session. Because that'll probably also go. Because I don't know if I'll put that on YouTube, maybe. But let's go ahead and let's get started with today's episode. Uh, so there's a lot of things. Okay, there's not like too much information to go over. There's a lot of bugs to go over. Um, and we'll get to those when we get to the known issues. Sound good, Danny?
Yeah.
All right. So we're gonna be skipping some of this stuff here. First and foremost, there's some stuff for Festival of Lost trailer. New legendary sniper rifle, the Macabre, which is basically, so for those of you that don't know, this is a play on words over the macabre, which is the dance macabre, which is the dance of the dead, which is a traditional, I believe it's a traditional European dance.
I believe so.
Yes. Where they would invite their ancestors back. And it's a play on words for that because it is a Gundam slash mecha based season. Um, and the gun has Gundam sounds when you zoom in and
Yeah.
fire it. And holy shit, is it good?
Like, might be the best part of Festival of Lost entirely.
Absolutely. I think that they knocked it out of the park with the gun. And not just that, it has some really good fucking perks on it too.
It's a pretty good sniper. The one that they basically give you for just starting the quest is really good.
It's like just shy of God roll. So, it's pretty nuts. It's very good and I like the beam shot sound when you fire it. Oh my god. It reminds me of the 90s Gundam episodes. Like, oh my god, it was so good. It was so fucking good. I still think Monsters was pretty good and pretty up
The better
there.
armor, to be honest.
Yeah, I liked the Monsters armor. I think a little bit more, but I think overall, I think both of the armor sets are pretty cool, and I really hope that they allow us to get the monster set next year, because that'd be dope.
Nice.
The new Festival of the Lost event card. There's a lot of issues with this, and there's also some pretty aggravating things about the payment wise. First and foremost, the event card is not included, if I'm correct, in the season pass, right?
Yeah, like the premium event card is an extra little thing
Yeah,
to
which is
which
very bad. A lot of players have been bitching about that. Like,
and
especially. Go ahead.
I'm gonna be honest, the stuff that's on the premium card is not that great, honestly. On top of that, I don't
Yeah,
like them.
yeah. It's been a very hot debate about the premium card for this year's Festival of the Lost. It's a very Solstice one wasn't included, yeah, and that's why players are starting to get a little aggravated because what was the point of buying the Witch Queen if we didn't like buying the whole, the $100 package if we didn't get all the shit included?
Yep.
Like it's a little aggravating to say the least because now we have to pay an additional $10. What is it? $10, right, for the premium card?
Yep.
Yeah, like that's a little fucked up if you ask me. So, and the stuff that you get isn't that great. Like the cat sparrow, not that great. The horse, the cosmic horse sparrow is pretty hilarious though. That one I'm not gonna deny.
Yeah. Like that's funny.
Yeah. Haunted lost sector, stuff like that. And there's more goods for buying the premium card. There's the ship. The ship. The ship. The ship looks amazing. Everything else looks like trash. um,
That's yeah.
yeah, it's pretty bad. Uh, so haunted sectors in the EDZ. This time we'll be focusing on Cabal this year. And they said to blast him with Telesto. Yeah, and then wait for Telesto to break the game again. Wait, there's more. So King's Fall pumpkin stencil, Arc pumpkin stencil, Solar pumpkin stencil, and the Void pumpkin stencil. Following up submissions in the TWAB with other stuff. Here is you'll if an official account shares your work, you'll automatically be qualified for a particularly festive cosmetic, which is the Festival of the Lost Icon and banner. Merch, nothing special. And we are losing some weapons out of the weapon pool. Thank God these ones are going. I'm actually excited about this so much. Iron Banner, we are losing Reese Walker.
Yep.
Thank you, Lord Jesus. Fuck this shotgun.
They're
Fuck this
rotating it
shotgun.
out.
I hate it so much. I hate it so much. I'm sad to see the pulse rifle go, but it is what it is. I never really used it anyways, and if I'm being honest, it kind of got replaced by Jurassic Green. So,
Is
oh
a
no,
lot of
Jurassic
stuff
Green was
that
a scout rifle. Never mind. You were saying?
there's a lot of stuff that's been power crept. And with the recent changes, pulses are probably on their way out.
Yeah. The pulse rifles are not doing well right now. Pulse rifles, if I'm gonna be honest, pulse rifles need a lot of love. So Iron Banner, Forge's Pledge, Pulse Rifle, and Reese Walker Shotgun are getting removed. Trials of Osiris, Aisha's Embrace Scout Rifle, and the Reed's Regret Linear Fusion Rifle are leaving, which is very interesting to note. Because Reed's Regret was only released about, what, 2.5 seasons ago?
Yeah, it hasn't been out super long.
Yeah, which is surprising because the rest of these have been out for quite some time. So it's interesting to see that they're taking Reed's Regret of all things out now. And in Nightfalls, we are losing the Silicon Neuroma Sniper Rifle and the Duty Bound Auto Rifle. Personally, I think the Duty Bound is dog shit and it needs to leave for another auto rifle to come in that's actually better than it. Because it was just a
It's
waste
not
of space.
great.
It's a waste of space. The Neuroma was okay. Its perk pool wasn't phenomenal, but you could make do with it if you were trying to do like a meme build. But overall, I wasn't really a fan of it. Your thoughts, Danny, on these 6 weapons?
Eh, nothing too great. Out of all of them, Reese Walker and Reed's Regret were probably the most sought after, and that's about it.
Yeah. And I mean, Reese Walker was a monster in PvP. And Reese Regret
It's
wasn't
the
bad.
PVE. It's the PVE.
Yeah. Reed's Regret in PvE was kind of gross. But it is what it is. So grab them while you can. And then they're going to be doing legacy focusing. That is something that they noted. They're going to be introducing legacy focusing. So chances are they're probably going to take weapons that are sunsetted and allow you to craft them. And only them. Which I do not understand how the fuck that's going to work.
My thoughts on that is if they're doing that, they might be bringing them back at a level to where they're not sunset anymore.
That would make sense.
It also gives me flashbacks of Recluse, Not Forgotten, and Luna Snap.
Oh god, yeah. You know what though? You know what I'd like to see with legacy focusing? I would like to see the black armory weapons come back with
It'd be
that.
nice.
Because the black armory weapons are phenomenal. Like almost every single one had a use. And I would like to see them back. Personally, I think Black Armory's machine guns were phenomenal. That was what, 21% delirium, and what was the other one?
I can't remember exactly what it was.
But they were both very good.
Yeah.
So
Also,
go ahead.
if they bring them back with their original perk pools, where you can, or with like Kindle Orchid, you could double up and have Kill Clip and Rampage. That'd be nice. That would be nice.
That would be low-key terrifying. Just a never-ending mag on a 21% delirium. That's terrifying. Yeah, mobs are a thing of the past. Um, so I would when we get more information about legacy focusing, I will kind of go into it more. But that's our thoughts on it for now. Bug reports, Festival Lost weekly Bright Dust bounties. They're giving out 100 instead of 200, which is very bad. Um, like
Yeah.
that's 50%. You lost 50% of the possible Bright Dust. Like, that's one of the reasons why people do it all the time. Lord of Wolves got fucking disabled.
Immediately.
It got instantly disabled upon release of Festival of the Lost. Oh my god. Oh, there's a lot of known issues. Oh my god. All right, we need to go over this.
Yeah, these are funny. These are really funny.
So, let's go through these, Danny, shall we? Players cannot transform spectral pages into manifested pages, blocking progression of the gone but not forgotten quest line, which is literally the quest line for, the whole event.
Yep.
Woo! That's fucking hysterical. Certain shaders may apply textures incorrectly to pieces of the Festival of Lost mech-themed armor sets. Once resolved, these shaders may display differently on the armor sets. Oh god, that's fucking bad. The Forged in Grace emblem does not display its name when players hover over it in inventory. I don't think that one really matters. This one
Yeah.
matters a little bit more. The bold Chapelou Sparrow image on the event card pop-up displays the item with the incorrect colors.
That one's pretty funny.
Yeah, certain Festival of the Lost weapon reward sources are not properly dropping this year's updated weapons.
Yep. They were dropping the sunset versions. Or
Yeah,
the old
or they
versions
weren't,
without origin traits.
or they weren't dropping at all. I don't know if you saw, but Paul Tassi posted on Twitter that when he completed, the first couple steps, when you were supposed to get the macabre, or the mech ob, he didn't get it at all. He didn't get a weapon at all. It just never showed up.
Oh.
Yeah. So yeah, some players weren't even getting a weapon. They weren't even getting a sunset weapon. They just weren't receiving anything.
Oh.
Yeah. This is
It's
why
pretty rough.
this all right. And I need to talk about this for a moment because there have been way too many bugs recently on the first week of events that I think that Bungie needs to extend all of their shit. So if an event is supposed to last 3 weeks, make it 4 weeks. Because you always know that Bungie is somehow going to fuck up week 1. Like, it's going to happen. We're going to see 5 million bugs on week 1. So
It's
just,
pretty rough.
yeah. So just let week 1 be the week that players get shit figured out, find all the bugs, and then work on those bugs during the week as the players are finding them, and then start the actual, like, all of the major stuff on week 2, and then extend it by an additional week. Because a lot of the stuff is gated by weekly quests, right? Like, for example, I'm not going to be able to play until Monday night because I was busy with work this week. And this last weekend is fair. So I'm not going to be able to do the Festival of the Lost stuff until Monday night, which means I'm going to have to bounty rush on Monday night to try and get as many done as possible for Eva to try and even make up some kind of semblance of it, right? On top of that, I still haven't completed this season's storyline, so I'm very behind, right? And so it's and a lot of stuff is gated by how much you can do on a weekly basis, right? So I would like to see them extend most of these seasonal stuff by an additional week just so Bungie has that additional week to fix shit, so that way those players have the original, time to actually enjoy the event.
Yeah.
At least that's my thought process. Like, Bungie, you already have an event running every season. Just give us an additional week. And I think it's okay to extend in a season by an additional week to 2 weeks. Lord forbid you have less than, 2.5 months for a season. I would like for them to go back to what they did. I think it was in 2020, which was the whole season was the entire year.
Yeah.
Just give us the whole year. Like, yeah, there's some dead time, but that's okay. Destiny 2 is a grindy game. Let us let the people who hardcore grind and then find other things to do, or let the people who want to casually grind because they're, content creators like me who play other games, or, people that don't have the time because, they're coming home from work and they're only getting an hour to 2 hours to play. So, yeah, let them give us more time, right? I think if they go back to the 2019-2020 system where the whole year was a DLC and not just 9 months, I think that it would overall be so much better for us.
Yeah.
Because
I
it
would just
just
like to know how many times
it's not good right now. I think that because of that, everything that Bungie does feels super rushed. I don't know about you, Danny, but that's at least how I feel. Like, everything feels just so omega rushed, and it feels bad.
like it's getting there. It's really getting there.
Yeah, to the point where I kind of don't want to play D2 because I just don't have the time. There are other games that I want to enjoy, but I have to spend the majority of my time playing D2 if I want to get everything for D2. And that's kind of shitty.
It's still just mostly like the time gates that I have issues with.
Yeah, the time gates I think definitely are one of Bungie's biggest issues, and I think they need to just be fixed, along with the fact of there's going to be 5 million bugs. We know that
Yep.
there's going to be 5 million bugs. Players expect bugs now. Any Destiny player that starts a new season who is like, yeah, no, I think the game's going to be perfect on release is absolutely living a dream. Um, like, it's,
Something's broken.
yeah, there's always going to be something broken. And here's the thing, Destiny 2 players know that things are going to be broken. We acknowledge that things are going to be broken. We understand that. It's a live update game. It's a living game. We know that you're going to have to fix shit. Like, we get that. We get that. Just take your time. The player base for Destiny 2 would rather have a completed, properly running thing with the right amount of time than a rushed event with too many goddamn bugs. Give us that extra week in the seasonal events like Festival of the Lost or Guardian Games. Shit, Guardian Games was what, 2 weeks this year? It really should have been 3. Because Guardian
Yeah.
Games had a lot of bugs this year, I want to add. Thank you very much.
And it was super grindy.
Super grindy, and it wasn't a true win for the Warlocks. Like, yeah, the seasonal events feel stale. We're not seeing the normal stuff that we have been for the past years. We're getting the same shit, the same boring events that we have been. It's the same grindy outset. We're getting bored and tired of it. It's just bland. And to top it off, most of the seasonal events again last 2 to 3 weeks, with the first week being bugged. Give us that
Yep.
additional week. Make each season an additional 2 to 3 weeks. Like, give us that extra time. Like, you can extend your DLC for an additional like month and a half. I'm okay with that.
Like I'm sure most players would also be okay with them taking a little more time
Yeah,
themselves.
Yeah, it feels like Destiny. It feels like Bungie's just trying to rush shit, and I'm really hoping that with their new hiring process, with all of the people that are getting hired, they're
Yeah,
hiring people who actively play on a regular basis. I'm really, really hoping that the newer staff takes these into account because this is very important to note. And I think a
yeah,
lot of people are going to be, and I think Lightfall and what's the one after that, Final Shape.
yeah.
Yeah, I think Lightfall and Final Shape are going to be the breaking points for D2.
Oh yeah.
And we'll talk more about that in a moment. Let's go ahead and finish up the bugs. Um, the Angels Gleam and Flower Child shader list incorrect acquisition sources when viewed in collections. That's a weird fucking bug.
There's
Um,
some odd ones.
Yeah, and then solo flawless dungeon triumph requires incorrectly list fire team flawless completions as necessary when they should specify solo flawless completions. Wow! I didn't even see this one. That's gross.
That one's just kind of funny. That one's a little funny.
Bro, that's literally a fuck you to esoteric.
Kind of.
That's fucked. Hey, what's up, Sam?
Uh,
Rating never changes. King's Fall. Videos. That's just a great thumbnail of this of the Guardians with the fucking Minecraft heads. And now it is time
Pretty
for
good.
artwork. By Nodi. It is the pixel artwork of the initial screen of the Guardians being the Guardians. And I love it. I love
It's
this
pretty
so
good.
much. That is phenomenal. That is phenomenal. It reminds me of the old Gundam style games, and I am so fucking here for it. This is phenomenal. I love this. Nodi, well
Good.
done. You've brought a tear to my old man heart. Cosmic Wraith. A short game to celebrate Festival of the Lost. Um, oh, it's a little arcade game. Oh, that's so cool. Well, that's interesting to note. Crafting Geek. Made like stealing candy from a small one, the Drifter probably, and it's a little crochet thing. It's a little crochet pouch with little tiny itty bitty handmade candies, and those are cute. Those are very very cute. And that is a wrap for it. This, by the way, this session was done by Hippie. So thank you, Hippie, for posting everything. Very very short TWAB, but there's some things that we need to talk about. All right. So as I mentioned earlier, Lightfall and Final Shape I think are going to be the turning points of the Destiny 2 community, because those are what we know are on the way now.
Yep.
Now Bungie has said that they will not be making a Destiny 3 anytime in the near future, but they have not told us anything past Lightfall and Final Shape, if I'm correct, right?
Yep.
So
I do think we are overdue a game engine overhaul,
yes,
so that
absolutely.
will probably come at some point.
Yeah, we need to get an upgraded engine. We need better servers.
Yeah.
The other thing that I think needs to be taking place is I think Bungie just needs to take their time.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how many other games that Danny, that you and I have played where things get rushed and they look like pieces of shit because of it. I mean, a great example is I watched your video last night of World of Tanks console. And I agree with you. They rushed shit and it looks like shit. Please, Bungie, you are better than Wargaming. Do
It's
not
like,
rush it.
yeah, wargaming right now. Reskin, reskin, reskin.
And
Oh
then
look,
trying to pass
another
it off as a new
reskin.
tank.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like literally all of the Halloween tanks this year, they're just reskin.
yeah. Though to be fair, most of the Halloween tanks are reskins with like slight variations. Like for example, the Lycan is literally just a T-71 DA.
That fucking spider. Fucking goddamn spider.
Yeah, but
What's that?
here's my thing. Okay, Bungie, if you're hearing us, please stop rushing shit. It it doesn't look good. It looks bad. It looks
Just take
really
your time.
bad and it feels really bad. Take your time on shit.
Yeah.
We, the player base, and Dani and I are great examples of the casual player base. Please stop rushing shit. Give yourself extra time and give us that extra time. When you don't,
Everybody wins.
yeah, everybody wins. You can have a more polished outcome, and we're not wasting half of an event dealing with bugs. Like, I don't know. I don't know how many times we have to say this to developers, but for the love of God, man, if you need to delay something, just fucking delay it.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid to delay shit. It's okay. It's okay. Just delay it. Players get mad. Oh, why'd you delay the game? Blah, 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 blah. They're fucking crying why babies.
Yeah.
The players that actually matter are the ones that are like, all right, well, we understand. We get it. We want to see a better product. And if you need an additional week to get that product out, then take that additional week. Like, I'm just so sick and tired of products being absolute fucking garbage.
Yep.
I'm just tired of it. I really am. So, I mean, that's my thought. Did you want to add anything, Dani?
I know a lot of developers get in that mindset where they don't want to have downtime between content. But grindy games like Destiny, the people that are like hardcore playing Destiny are gonna have that done anyway. Like that's the only reason they have the time gates on a lot of things. Like it's already ready to an extent. They put a time gate on it so that the people that grind super hard don't finish the entire season in like one sitting. Just let us finish the season in one sitting.
Yeah, most of the players don't finish the season in one sitting. I mean,
It's like
Lord forbid, Dani, how many weeks did it take us to finish Witch Queen?
it took a while.
Yeah, it took us like 3 weeks to finish the initial campaign. And mind you, we
Like
were doing it. We were doing it on what was it called? The.
Legend.
Yeah, we were
Yeah,
doing it on
legendary.
Legend. Like, and it felt good. It felt good.
Yeah.
Like the initial season this year felt so good. There was we got to play the campaign. There was nothing crazy. We got to actually like start grinding shit. We got to take our time with it. Like the initial season of Witch Queen felt so good.
yeah.
Like it was well planned. It was thought out. It hit everything that the players had wanted. And Legend Mode.
Yeah.
Legend Mode. A thing that
That's all they
Bungie
had
was
to do.
trying out that the players loved. And it
Like
worked.
people wanted a harder difficulty. That's all they wanted.
And it was great. It was phenomenal.
Yeah.
And they took their time with it. And then
And it
every
actually
season
gave
afterwards
rewards.
was a rushed piece of shit. God damn it.
It's just like the main expansion content, really good. The seasons time gates.
They feel so bad. And I'm going to be honest, Dani, I think we need to move away from the 2.5 to 3 month seasons. I think we should move away from that.
I think it'd be fine, honestly. Like I get that they want to have content in between expansions. Like, yeah.
Oh,
Like
and
you
I'm
don't
fine
have
with
to
that.
time gate it. Like, don't time gate it.
Yeah,
Like
like I don't
most
think
people
you don't need to fit 4 seasons in a whole year. Give us
Yeah,
2 seasons. Just give us 2 really long seasons. That way players can take a break if they want to.
yeah, and don't time gate it because most people aren't going to hardcore grind the game. Like most people take their time with it and or only have like maybe like 2 hours at most to
Yeah,
play the game.
yeah. And if Bungie's concerned about content creators running out of content, trust me, they won't. Bungie, if
Scam it.
like Bungie, have you seen what Destiny 2 content creators are doing right now? They are literally raiding outfits on
If
Twitter. They will
like they're
find
doing
content.
that, and if they don't, it's probably just because like there's a new release and they're mad because when you're making content, you gotta play the algorithm.
Yeah. Like there's a reason why Danny agreed to do this podcast with me because the whole point of this podcast was to point out the stuff for the casual player base, right?
Yeah,
Danny and I are hard casuals. We play when we can, but we don't want to play Destiny 2 every fucking day.
like, there's a lot of really good games out there, and some really good ones that are coming out.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. We love Destiny 2. We love Destiny 2. But we don't want to see Destiny 2 become a piece of shit. Much
It's
like
like
Call of Duty games, the Battlefield games. We don't want to see Destiny 2 become that. Cause
just
that's a whole nother level of dog shit that we're
yeah,
not ready for if Bungie turns
yeah.
Destiny 2 into.
Just just don't be Halo Infinite.
Very important.
That's really bad.
That
Like
was
that's genuinely bad.
that was hot garbage. That was
That is
depressing.
how not to do a live service game.
Yeah. So, Bungie, please heed our word. Don't rush it. Just
Yeah,
take your time. We'll be here. The player base will still be here. And if you give us the time, and if you give yourself the extra time, we'll give you the extra time. It's that simple. Anyways, Danny, where can they find you?
you can find me on Twitch and YouTube under the same name.
Just look for the icon.
Yeah,
You can also find me on Twitch at twitch.tv/DominiFox, at youtube.youtube.com/DominiFox, and on Twitter at DominiFox1. Um, Along with that, yeah, we'll be doing some. Hopefully, we'll get some more. The TWAB was kind of short this week, but that's fine. With everything that was going on, mostly just bugs and just some slight notifications.
yeah,
But nothing crazy. Hopefully, we'll see some more stuff coming up soon, especially with this being what this is the last season before Lightfall, isn't it?
yep, should be
Yeah. So we've probably got about what a month left, I think, give or take.
a little bit.
Yeah, because I think the new season's dropping in what end of November, beginning of
It's like
December.
I'll have to look.
Yeah, it's very weird timing this year. Um,
It's like the Lightfall is still like a ways off.
yeah. So, yeah. Um, yeah, we appreciate the love and support from you guys. We really do appreciate it. No question today, as my brain hurts and I don't feel like dealing with that. Um, so, uh, Danny and I both thank you. We really appreciate you guys stopping in. We all hope that you all have a wonderful day. And as always, don't be a sweat lord. We'll see you guys next time.